In this tutorial we'll show you how to import a base map, and so as we looked before, here is where there's all sorts of options for adding. You can add data, base map, or other data from online. Realize that you can also do this under File, Add Data, and this actually brings up more options. You can have a base map, the data again. This will be our own XYZ data, so if you were to import surveying data that you've had, geocoding, this is actually locating addresses with locations on the map, and things of that nature. There's plenty of places to do. So first off, we're just going to click here and go to Add Base Map. So within Basemap, there are several Bing options. These are aerial images and a hybrid of the maps, or just the maps, as well as some other imagery and physical ones for shaded relief or just the physical or terrain. Several options here. For our first one, we'll just go to shaded relief and we'll click Add. Depending on which map you load up, it will take longer than others. It has to import the data in here, and some of these files are fairly large. So this one here, when it comes in, you can see that it is a full zoomed out, and so the first thing we want to do is zoom in, and the easiest way to do that is just with the tools up here. Your zoom panel is right here, and so we can zoom in. Now realize with this, if you use a scroll wheel, the scroll wheel will be different. If I scroll, it's scrolling with regard to the template and not just the image itself. So with this, we want to just click and drag over the area. We want to look at the United States, and that will bring the United States into the box here. It'll take a second for it to get the resolution you want, and you can go back and forth. So if I wanted to look at just the United States, I might take a little bit closer view now that we're in a little bit more, and look at just the United States. Now let's say that I want to bookmark this to be able to come back here. I go to Bookmarks, and I will create a bookmark and just try to type in USA. Okay, this is handy for when you're zooming back and forth between things. It always gives you a quick reference, user-defined, that you can go back to fairly simply. Now let's zoom in a little further, and you'll see what happens with these maps. If I zoom into Seattle, you can see that all this currently is showing me is the terrain. So if we were to try and locate Pullman, it would be fairly difficult with this map right here. Now you'll notice on this layer side that we already do have some other options here that aren't currently checked. So the current shaded relief is just the map here. We also have reference and boundaries in places. So if I click boundaries in places, you see that it will refresh with the boundaries and several of the cities in here. So now we can see that Pullman is in here. If we wanted to move this around and look at just Washington, the pan, by clicking the hand, you can move that around within here. So you can see here at this point we have Washington, and so we'll give another bookmark for Washington, which is Bookmarks, Create, Washington, hit OK, and then I can easily go back and forth between those two just by clicking Bookmarks USA, which will zoom me all the way out. Realize this time it looks a little different because now I have the boundaries selected as well as the shaded relief. So I could unclick those, and that would go back to the original that you'd seen before, then again with the boundaries included. So that shows you just a brief depiction of how to use the maps as well as the bookmarks.